How you feeling, Scott?
All right. I'm ready to drive. Yeah. Like, just put some laps in, you know? We're here at Riverside 50K in New Jersey. I love this track. I have done so many laps on Assetto on this track. I'm really excited to do it in real life. We just passed tech barely because the brake light flickers a little bit, so hopefully there's no controversy about that, but maybe this is some foreshadowing. We're ready to go. I'm really interested to try the nitrous. Did a test trip down the road and it was insane, but it's gonna be totally different on a track. Really excited. We got Renegade fuel in it. I'm so pumped for that. It's really consistent fuel and it's gonna keep it cooler. Dude, I'm just pumped. I'm ready. I'm here. We're gonna have some fun.
Look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Knights, albino, can cop my stilo. Head to the top, bottom line is a motto. Hot like a Cheeto, bingo, bingo. Counting my digits, see me in and out, bingo. Okay, the shoes Chuck Taylor, the suits got tailored. I'ma write it off, it don't matter what it cost us. Wife got me managed, the fam got percentage. My whole circle really got M's like Monster. Whoa, I've been the one they catching on now. Had it on lock since we were locked down. My stats are up, they never gone down. Said they wasn't interested, but now they wanna talk now.
We're gonna run practice sessions from noon to 4 today, and then we're going to qualifying. On the schedule, I have qualifying from 4:30 to 9:30, but that was to qualify 80 people, and there's 56 of you, so it's not gonna take nearly that long. The first top 40 will only have to do the one, so we'll do the same style as knockout, so you only have to do one qualifying pass if you see the top 40. If you double zero, we'll just have you do one more pass tomorrow morning. So I've done 3 laps now, and after the first one I was like, man, I need nitrous. So I turned it on for the second one, and now I can't drive without it, which is unfortunate for our budget. I feel comfortable as filling all the zones, maybe not one, but one's hard to see. The track feels exactly like it does in Assetto to me. It's a little bit easier, to be honest. I don't know if it's because we're going slower in these, but the only problem that I was having was that the nitrous was falling out because I wasn't full throttle. We had the threshold set at 80 just to be safe, but it was gripping up because there was no nitrous. So we just lowered the nitrous threshold, so hopefully we don't blow it up, but I just wanted more of a consistent throttle. Grip feels good, steering feels good, car feels good. I'm excited. was like chattering on the run up and in the grid. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I wonder if it's just like this transmission doing something or it's just extra grippy right now. But I did the run up, initiated, hit the throttle. It felt a little weird, but I thought it was because the nitrous probably wasn't on. And then when I went to transition, I pulled the handbrake. It killed the engine because the clutch wasn't engaged or disengaged. And I hit the wall. So luckily, same thing as Shane. Control arm bent, but we should be able to just put a new control arm on it. I'm more concerned about the clutch right now, so that's what we're going to diagnose. It might be the master cylinder. If it's the throwout bearing, we're kind of screwed unless we go get one from somebody. But yeah, let's get to work.
Hot. Transmission's hot. I bet you the transmission's probably, what, 180 degrees? At least.
100%.
At least. But we got it out on the ground. Now we're just waiting on Scott. He'll be here with like, what, 20 minutes to spare? What, throw it back?
He's 41st in qualifying. He can get 2 qualifying runs. He can get ready for the second one. He can do it. Have we got to pull the lines off this?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Do it. Bring it down here. Like,
I just took a half hour to go get the part. That's nuts. Whatsoever. An excuse.
You're clean.
I know. I can't even be stressed.
You've been
making it way too easy. Daniel said they're on the 5th person. We're 19, so I think we're going to be good. We're just going to check the alignment. But this is insane, dude. I can't believe it. Going down. Oops. Okay, this has been typical of drifting, but aka a shit show. These dudes rushed to get the new throwout bearing in it. Got it done, we're ready for qualifying. I literally pulled out of the pit and the clutch went to the floor and blew the brand new throwout bearing. I wasn't the happiest camper in the world and I was ready to load it up, but they kind of kicked me in the ass and said, let's make it happen. So we convinced them to let us, just push the car, basically get it rolling, pop it in gear, and then just roll straight through. I drove around the track in first gear, and they got another one in last night. I sat in the car on the lift while they did it again. So, I mean, this is drifting, and these guys are awesome at what they do, and even Dawson's helping out over here. He's supposed to just be filming and stuff. So we got the throwout bearing in there. We put a pedal stop just to make sure it doesn't overthrow and explode the new one. And then when we went to pull it off the lift to try it, the plugs were fouled out, and it wouldn't run. So now we're changing the spark plugs, and we bought a new wideband O2 sensor just in case, but it seems like the old wideband is fine. So we're gonna put plugs in it, hope it runs good, gonna go rip it up and down the road, and then we'll do our qualifier.
I was just like sitting in front of the car racking my brain trying to figure out, after the new plugs and new O2 sensor, why the car just didn't light off on all 8, like real proud, so to speak. Had to tilt the engine, and then I started running my hand behind the intake, and I was like, but LS, so AutoZone will have the part. Yep, there it is.
spot for the first 2 runs. I was really worried about the clutch. It was Josiah behind me the first time, so I was like, this motherfucker's gonna be on my ass. Yeah, that run sucked. And then the second run I let Brad down, and I shallow transitioned to 2, so I was deep at the end of 2, got in the dirt, and then hilled the wall. The back end's off the car. I hit the front right. We pulled the trans twice. Had to pull the intake manifold off because the map sensor was broke. New spark plugs, new O2 sensor. I don't know, man. We've worked on this thing more than I've driven it tenfold. So that's drifting, especially at the higher level. I think that's the thing that's interesting is like people are like, oh, FT's so cool. But like this video should give you insight into like what it's like. Because I did it for many years and it's no different than this. Stuff breaks, you fix it, you stay at the track way too long, you wake up early, you come back to the track, you don't eat enough, and when you do eat, it's crappy food. You're greasy, you're sweaty, you're dirty, and then you get maybe 2 minutes total of runtime for the whole entire weekend for legitimately 40 hours of work. You gotta love it, aka you gotta be dumb enough to do this stuff.
Whoa, last time I checked, I'm still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill Cobb, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I still got it.
The announcer said that it's really hard to see 2, so I decided to play it safe on the qualifier. I mean, I hate that we had to qualify for like one of the lowest spots, but at least I did a decent run. They gave me an 84. I feel like the scores are really high this weekend and that was like low comparatively, but I mean, I put like 60% effort into that. But we have Taylor Ray, so I don't know. We chase first. I love that more than leading first. That just means that I get to set the precedent of like how the battle's gonna go. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. That's a wrap for our Jersey weekend. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to anybody, this was like probably my least favorite weekend of drifting that I've ever had. For all the amount of work that we put into getting here, all the work that the guys did while we're here, and to only get, I counted them up yesterday, 10 laps altogether at 20 seconds apiece. You do the math, 200 seconds of drifting for all this work. So, you know, when you get to this high level, it gets really hard and stuff breaks. It gets you when it's the dumb stuff that breaks. If it would have been something like an axle breaking or something else like that, like some sort of damage from driving the car hard or driving it incorrectly or hitting something, I wouldn't be so upset. But to have the slave cylinder fail, probably because of a pilot bearing, we still have to investigate. Really disappointing, you know? Disappointing to not get the live stream, disappointing to not have a chance to show like that I can drive, and disappointing to not even have like a good battle. Out of those 10 laps, I didn't complete 3 of them, I think. So overall, it's a bummer, you know? I mean, I'm really happy that we have the support of companies like BTR and QA1 and BC and Renegade Fuel and ESR Wheels and GT Radial, Lethal Performance. I'm so pumped to have all the support from these companies. Holly, especially Holly, was setting us up with the nitrous to be able to do this at the same pace that the big guys are doing it. I'm so thankful for the team, Shane, Matt, Dawson, Daniel, for being here and keeping, I wouldn't have kept my composure any better than I did if they weren't here. So I'm very thankful for everybody that's supported and and wanted to see us do something big here. You know, you can't win every weekend, but it would be at least good to get knocked out, you know. I hope the next one has a lot less problems and I at least get to drive. Going back, I just sat on my phone last night for like an hour just watching back practice videos, and I mean, I ran as much of like a safe run as I could and still got an 84 in the qualifier, which is what like guts me. We were ready, and it was just like a little thing, you know. It was, I could feel the clutch was going back out, and Matt said leave it, and I was like, no, I'd rather play it safe and bleed it. And I mean this is like hindsight is 2020, but we never got the pedal back after that. And so I mean, I could have left it, and would it have been fine in the run against Taylor? I don't know. I mean, I was terrified of it going out again. I don't want to wreck somebody else's car, especially a nice car like that. I don't want to wreck my car again if I don't have to. So I was trying to play it safe, and you know, unfortunately it bit us. This is all learning lessons. We don't have the budget or the time or the crew that these big dudes have. But I think that we really put on like a lap that looked as good as, if not better than most of them. And that's what I'm disappointed about. You know, we're the underdogs and wanted to come and show up. But especially on this track, it's a really big equalizer. So it would have been a blast. But I mean, we'll come back again. The 50K in Salem will be there. And I think that we'll have a lot more lessons learned, and we'll only be an hour and a half away from home instead of 14. I don't know. We got the driver skill. We got a car to do it. We just got to make sure the reliability is there and that our ability to like make the fixes and changes that we need happen. So no good results this time, but a lot of learning lessons. And at least I came here and proved to myself and everybody here that there's a reason we're trying this. I mean, on third lap to run a banger run was really confidence inspiring for me. And so I think that we know that we're playing in the right ballpark. We just got to have the right tools and get ourselves sorted out for that. But again, I can't thank everybody enough for being supportive and dealing with me. I can't say I'm a perfect person. I lose my shit when I'm not having a good day. And those dudes, you know, ripped the trans out twice in one day, once on the ground in the heat. And I'm super thankful. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for everybody, including Dawson, Matt, Shane, Daniel. I'm super thankful. All the companies that support, all the people that reach out, very thankful. Thank you for believing me. I really appreciate it. I hope that next time I can prove you guys right and do something cool. Hi, Andy. Taking your style.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa,